Let me know. So we're here today with Nancy Barrett. She's one of our directors of information technology, or IT, at Embry-Riddle. Can you tell us what you do, what your job entails?
Sure. I'm one of the directors who report to the CIO, and I have responsibility university-wide for all the support services. And I also act as a liaison for each campus for anything they need to get help from IT. So if they don't know where to start, they call me, and I kind of help get them to the right group.
Very cool. We're wondering if you could tell us about the different databases we use on our campus.
Okay. We have two major systems that drive everything we keep track of. We have our student system. We refer to that as our single source, and so we try to have any other system drive off of that so that you don't end up with duplicate data. The other is our whole financial system, and so that's Oracle, and it's a package. Both are packages. Neither is custom built by our staff, and so we own these and then we tweak them and try and get them all to interface. So those are the biggest ones. And then outside of that, you have ETA, which does all our flight systems. And again, student system is single source. All the data feeds off that and back. And so if, let's say ETA has records for students, we'll pull the data out of the student system and then push it back, so that ETA never has some data that's different. So if some characteristic about you changes, we always have it in the student system. And then we have other, Blackboard, as you know, is a huge one for us. And they all underneath our databases and repositories, each doing a different thing. Those are the big ones.
And out of those, do we as a university, buy the rights to use those?
Yeah, we're licensed university level, and all those systems work for the whole university. So they're just segregated into campuses. So we don't run three systems. We have one Oracle system, one student system, one Blackboard system, one ETA, and then we just partition out how we use them.
Okay. Can you explain or tell us how we as a university secure our systems?
Lots of layers, which is important. You're familiar with ERNI?
Yes.
And the single sign-on, that's a huge layer that we have. If you recognize you can't get to things outside of that for the most part, except maybe ETA is a little unique. So that's the biggest thing, is just trying to have good protection, good password protection. Now, as
Make
far
sure
as
everyone signs on, logs on correct passwords.
So that's a login layer. Then you have all sorts of layers, like the actual servers that the systems reside on are in secured rooms. We have a data center here in Prescott, but these systems all reside at other locations. Only one of them is actually in Daytona Beach, Florida. The rest are in other locations, and that's down to a physical security. We don't like servers in a hurricane zone.
Right. That's
So our Blackboard system and our financial system are not in Florida.
Right.
So they're in other places.
Are they in our university data warehouse? Or could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, the data warehouse is actually part of the Oracle system, so it's just another feature. And what we do with that, the purpose for the data warehouse is to provide different cuts, make it easier for people to get data. Also, so that you can pull data without straining the system itself. So if you have a bunch of people doing their financials and then you have somebody running a huge report, you don't want that report to bog down the rest of the system, so you basically make copies of the data at a time.
Where is our data warehouse located?
It's at the same location as all of our Oracle servers, and not in Florida. It's in Georgia.
Oh, it's in Georgia?
Yeah, along with all of it. So it's kind of an add-on module to the Oracle. It's kind of like having Microsoft Office, and you have all these pieces. Oracle is a bunch of pieces. There's payroll, HR, finance, and then data warehouse is just another feature.
And do all of our campuses connect to the same warehouse? Since we have Prescott campus, Daytona campus, and all the worldwide, are we all on the same database systems, or is there any special technology we have for that?
No, all the same.
All the same?
Yeah, that's how we keep streamlined. And as a university, we're a single entity. So as a legal entity, we're a single entity. So all our financials, we have one accounting,
one account,
one set of books that we report. Now that may eventually change in worldwide if we go more to other locations outside of military bases. And when we're on a military base, we're under U.S. law. If we're off a military base, then that doesn't hold.
Okay.
And so you've probably seen a little talk from Dr. Johnson about moving into other areas. If we do that, then we have to expand out a little bit, but we'll
Right.
still use the same Oracle system.
Yeah, because there's been talk about moving into different countries. If that were to happen, would we?
We
Yeah,
have
the
to
same one?
expand. We'll still use the same one. We just have to kind of partition it and create a different set of books and
Right.
deal with currency issues and everything that comes with
Would
it.
there have to be a warehouse in the other country, or could they be able to connect to the one we have?
They'll still use the same system in Georgia.
Okay.
It'll
All
all
right.
be centralized.
Well, that's all the questions we had. Thank you so much for your
Yeah.
time.
Thank you.
All right. Good.
Okay, so now that we've taken a look at both the internal and external business information systems that Embry-Riddle uses as a university, we can see that our university has a pretty good system going on. We found out from Susan about how they gather information to get applicants, which is pretty much why we're here today. If we don't have applicants, we don't have a university. So we also found out from Nancy about the different databases and warehouses and where they're located and how they secure the information by using different layers. So in conclusion, we can see that our university, Embry-Riddle, is doing a good job. They've got a good system going on, and we can feel comfortable that our information is very secure. So thank you, and I hope you enjoyed the presentation.